Zetro.
Hey Steve, this is Eric. How are you?
How are you, Eric? How you doing today?
I'm good. Sorry, I've got a delay. I've dialed the wrong number. So I spent 2 minutes with the Spanish guy that doesn't really speak very well English, so it was really funny. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good.
Cool. It's gonna be really easy. I'm pre-recording the interview. I'm gonna do a little intro whenever you're ready, and I'm gonna introduce yourself.
Yep, I'm ready.
Hell yeah! Welcome, my friend, for the first time to our Quebec radio show. I'm gonna introduce yourself. Who the hell are you?
I am Steve Zetro, who's the lead singer of Exodus.
Welcome for the first time, Steve. It's a real huge honor. I mean, you guys been in such a long run, and I just listened today 3 times in a row the new records. First of all, how you felt? After all we've been through, how you feel right now?
I'm good. I have always felt good from the beginning, so I'm just ready to get back out and do this now. So I just hope the rest of the world is, anyway.
Because, with the schedule you guys were on, is the pandemic help releasing more faster records, or everything was set before and just everything went as it's supposed to be?
Well, we had it scheduled to record in the summertime, but the pandemic seemed to just give us as much time as we needed, which was good for us. I mean, because we never had a record before where we could listen to it for a month and then go back and go, oh, you know what? Why don't we try doing this on this? See how that sounds, since we can listen. Before you record the record, and after a couple of weeks, they mix and master it, and then it's done, and it is what it is. So we had the luxury of this record of even like a month, 2 months later, after we had completely recorded it all, go back. I did some vocal stuff 2 months after I recorded all the tracks initially. So it was a good. I guess it was a good advance thing. It gave us time to listen to it and be able to make sure that's exactly how we wanted it to sound.
Yeah, I know that, you always been a band that push yourself a lot, but were spontaneous in the studio, and I think that's the originality of what you guys achieve over the years, and, every record is different because of that, but with that, it's a new perspective, a new way of working, good or bad, like you said.
Well, it's like this time's like in a couple of times in the kind of farther past, in the 80s, we recorded this record with everybody there. So it was like when they were just maybe halfway through the drums, I came up, and I wasn't even, they still have to do guitars before I'm ever even going to sing, but everybody was together as a band, kind of getting the vibe and no distractions. We recorded it. Tom lives up in the mountains in California in the city called Lake Almanor. I don't even think they're a city. Their town, and we rented a house there, and then we recorded in his kind of man cave garage. We brought a recording unit in, a mobile recording unit, and that's how we did it. So we weren't locked into a studio. We weren't locked into in some city, having to stay in some hotels. We were very comfortable doing it. It was the best way I think the record shows it too.
It's very powerful records. I mean, it's in your fucking face, but the dynamic through the whole songs, each song separately brings something, different to the band. I mean, it's another level up, I think, for you guys, and it's incredible that after all those years, you're able to recreating yourself and not disappoint people. It's just another step, and it's really technical at some point, but it's really trash, and there's some vibe of the 80s. It's like a retrospective of everything you guys have achieved on every record.
I think it has hills and valleys all over that the compositions were definitely written like, it's not like, wow, yeah, that kind of sounds the same through the whole record. Every song is different. I mean, completely different, but still really heavy and really thrashy and really ballsy, you know, and in your face, like you said. I mean, this record, I explained it like before it even came out, I was like, this is not a nice album. It's not nice. It's not a, you think you're going to get the niceness from it. The lyrical content, the attack, the guitars, the drums, the leads, everything is very abrasive and very in your face. So, it's not, but I mean, what do you expect from the Exodus record? I hope you don't want a nice record. We don't do nice. We do violent.
And that's what we love about you guys. And I mean, I think everybody are at the points of we want something to express the rage we had, you know, through the whole pandemic and everything. And I think it's the perfect soundtrack to it. It really reflect the rage of people, and you know, and it's in a way it's positive because, you know, it's putting that on the records, and it's really working.
It's always it's typical Exodus, very sarcastic, tongue-in-cheek, in-your-face. You know, I do like the beatings. The beatings to me is like kick in your face and rape and murder your wife. The same kind of lyrical approach, you know, same kind of funny, tongue-in-cheek lyrics. But, you know, on the other hand, we're kind of serious. You better listen to it. You better wake up. You know what I mean? So I think it carries a lot of that. It's just the best composition so far. I think we've done just the history of Exodus and have put it in one record. From Bonded by Blood all the way through the Exhibit A&Z to Temple of the Damned, to the Blood and Blood Out, and now into Persona Non Grata. I just think it's a piece of everything.
Yeah, and like I said, you know, things have changed a lot over the course of years, but the interest in thrash metal, it's really still there, and it's growing up, and it's cool to see young kids, you know, new generation get into it and discover you guys. And I think the pandemic, people had way more times, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people got time to listen to the discography of the band and discover you know, you guys. And I think you're gonna be really surprised, you know, when you guys gonna be on tour after that.
I hope you're right about that. I'll say this from ourselves, and that goes for all the other thrash bands. And I mean, Anthrax and Megadeth and Testament. I mean, even Slayer when they were there, and I'll go Metallica. Everybody delivers good records still. There's not a thrash. Death Angel. Death Angel's last record was amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's really, you know, putting out a shitty record right now. The new Heathen is great. The last Exhorder album was really good. So I think people from our era and our genre of metal are really delivering, and they're firing on all cylinders. So it's a good time to like the genre. You know what I mean? It's not like, well, this band is still heavy, but these other bands kind of stayed away from the formula. I loved For All Queens. I loved Dystopia. I thought they were just great records, you know. I loved the new Death Angel record, Humanicide. I love what the genre is putting out for everybody, and that goes along with the new Exodus. They kick your ass.
It's so true. When you started up, like me, you were like, those guys gonna do like a couple of months and they're gone. And it's incredible how the movement spread, but how important it is in the life of people. And like I said, there's a new generation ready. When I see band like Municipal Waste going, they bring a lot of kids, and, you know, they discover you guys and they name you, and it's, you know, they see the importance of you guys and the achievement you guys did since the fucking day one.
Yeah, I think that it definitely bands like that pay, bands like them, Havoc, they pay definitely, Ex Mortis, Hatred, they all play definitely respect to us, and they're definitely paving the way as the newer bands, and they're doing really well. And you're right, they do bring the kids, you know what I mean? And it's good, but we are still, like, even on Bass Strikes Back tour, when we we were in Europe on early part of 2020 before everything shut down. It was all very, a lot of, you could see younger kids there, 15, 16, 17, coming to see Exodus, Testament, and Death Angel for the first time. So you can see that, and I just think it's because the music is still heavy, the music is still angry, and the bands that play it are all still delivering.
It's so true, and in the 90s there was a lot of money involved. A big label tried to swallow everything. Metallica did such a big career, but when there's so much money involved, it kind of destroyed the whole thing. But when you see after that, like, the scene got back kind of the underground, and it was rising so fast, and now it's totally still DIY, but every band has their own path in their end. It's not like you need, of course you need a label behind you, but the label like Nuclear, like Napalm Death, or they're all there for the right reason. It's really a strong family, I think.
You didn't have that before, because we went to Capitol for Impact. Impact was Imminent Force Habit. And those were the death of us, to be honest with you. We thought, fuck this. We're going to Capitol Records, and they got the leverage, and they could do whatever they want with us and make us huge, and we'll never look back. And honestly, that was the kiss of death for us. But what's great is that Nuclear Blast, definitely, they know what to do with their bands. They've had us for over 20 years. We were one of the very first bands that went with them. We signed to Nuclear Blast in 2002, I think, or 2003. We had already recorded Temple of the Damned, and then they heard it, and that's how they picked us up.
Wow.
So, the band's been with them ever since. So, and there's no reason to go anywhere. We know everybody there, Andy Theory and Yop and Gerardo and everybody who works for the label, who works with us. And so, we know, we're very comfortable. Before, you never knew who was running the label. You never know how you were being paid royalty, how many records you sold. You just never knew. Nobody was reporting that kind of stuff.
Oh, and that's the magic, because you were young and you want to achieve success, and you want the movement to grow and people to hear the music, but you don't know a fucking shit how the business is. And out there were sharks, and they were eating a live band that broke up because of that. And it's sad, because now there's a lot of collector trying to find those records, and there's a value behind that. And now people understand that, the new generation of band, because of you guys. You kind of paved the road. So yeah, thank you so much, Steve, for losing money in the name of music.
Yeah, that's basically how it was. I mean, we were all these young kids, 21 years old, that just barely knew how to play music. I mean, five, 6 years prior, we're still opening Christmas presents under the tree. You know what I mean? Now here we're businessmen, and these guys sharks. And they were T-Rexes. They were T-Rexes, and they ate us all alive. And it was, and that's why initially the business kind of waned in the early 90s, and grunge came in and killed metal, because all of the bands had maxed themselves out with the labels and everything else, and there was nowhere to go but down. So it's unfortunate, but it's what happened. Now we're smarter, we're older, we're wiser. We work with people that know what they're doing, and it's a collective effort. Everybody knows that we all do this together. We put out a killer record, and you sell our record killer. Everybody benefits from this. So they know that. That's why we've always stayed with Nuclear Blast from the beginning, and there's no reason to go anywhere else.
And the other thing is that, since day one, since you guys, like you signed on Capitol, but went back to the underground, that's where you build the best fan base. The real people that know music are there. So now it's crazy to see, like, your fans. They're so intense, and it's beautiful, and that's the beauty of metal. They're like, they follow so many bands, but they're still so dedicated. They buy every record, they go see you in every fucking town, and that's the core thing for a band.
No, I say that in almost every interview this comes up. We're the type of music that needs each other. You know what I mean? The fans love the music, but the bands need the fans because there's no other outlet or medium other than the ones that are dedicated to us that are doing anything about it. I think all of us going to major labels, I think when we were doing that, we were all trying to expand the genre, going, look, metal can be on the American Music Awards. Metal could be on the Grammys, and they just weren't having it. You know what I mean? They just were not. So after every band from us, the Testament, to Anthrax, everybody, Megadeth signed to a major level within 2-3 years, they were all gone already. They were just disintegrated. So it was just kind of, like I said, they killed metal. Major labels did. They didn't know what to do with it. They had no clue of how to market it, how to sell it, how to do anything with it. So it was just one of those things where, you know, then the independents, you know, Metal Blade, Combat Records, and even at that point, Roadrunner was a small label, but that's what happened back in those days. And so we learned from that. We know what we know what it takes.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And when you grow up, you know what you want, and that's the thing. And I think that's the beauty of the band that has keep going, is that now records are amazing because you know what the direction you want to go, and you're doing it for yourself. It's not about money or anything. It's just about keeping, you know, the passion alive and doing it. And you know, it's something that if it would be easy, everyone would do this, and not the case. So congratulations, guys, for, you know, keep pushing yourself.
Right, for being real, man. But it's in our heart. That's just basically how we do it. It's what we do. It's not like we're trying to imitate it, or after 36 years try to recreate it, because it's not. It's, man, I mean, I listen to metal every day. It doesn't matter if I'm in my car, if I'm out jogging or whatever. You know, I'm on the motorcycle with my fucking Bluetooth in my helmet. Today I was on a long ride, about an hour and a half. I had Judas Priest radio in. Hour and a half, it's just cranking Priest in my ear. You know what I mean? So I'm always listening to it. It's my true passion. It's my religion.
Yeah, because that's the thing, you know. At some point, I remember in the 90s, a lot of bands were not into metal anymore, but still playing. And, you know, I think that if you want to still be accurate, you have to be aware of what's happening around you and still listen to it, just to bring something of your own too and see what the other's doing.
Well, that's the thing. It's like you got to always, to be good and always on top of your game, you have to be a student always and always learn, even from bands that are new bands. And you got to keep your ear open and keep, you know, just listen to your genre and be true to it. Don't go through going, well, shit, I get paid a lot of money to do this, so I might as well just fucking do it. You know what I mean? I don't think that's definitely not from us. Not any one of us. Listen to the album. The album proves that.
You joined the band after the first singer. Do you remember the first gig actually you did?
Yeah, I do. And I remember them throwing fucking full cans of beer at my head because they were not too happy that
Oh, shit.
that Bailoff was no longer in the band. There were some people that weren't happy about that. So I remember all those types of things, my man.
That's crazy because, you know, at that time the scene was way more dangerous than now.
Yeah, because they didn't know what they were doing. Couldn't believe it. Now there's at least some type of, not rules, but I guess etiquette. There was none back then. It was just a fucking mess. They were on stage and the crowd jumping on each other, running into each other. It was just outrageous. Different time for sure.
Yeah, and you know, it's that. You know, it's weird to say, but I kind of miss that because you never know what to expect when you enter to a gig, and now it's way more safety than back in the days.
I think it's just more respectable. Nobody's going in there to hurt anything. We've always said good, friendly, violent punch. It's going to happen. Sometimes you're going to get blood coming out of your nose or a black eye from an elbow or something, but nobody's in there being spiteful. I was there in a time when people were just in there to fuck people up, you know?
It's so true. It's so true. Guys, you've always been generous, and there's a huge love affair between Quebec and Canada, and you guys. You never forget about us.
No, and we hadn't been up there much on Blood and Blood Out. We played Heavy Montreal in 2014.
Yes.
That was the last time we were there. That was the last time. So hopefully on this, well, not hopefully, we'll definitely, because like, we have to do Canada. Our management's like, we have to go to Canada. Like, we know that. So I can't wait to get there. I want some poutine. Got to go up there and get some poutine. The Moselle smoked meat. I love that shit.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I think that we're at the end of that whole thing, and next year's gonna be way better. And it's the capital of metal here. I think that you have a lot of fans base. People love Exodus since fucking day one, and I remember Voivod seeing them the first time, and they were talking about you. You're the pioneer, and I'm so happy that people now understand the impact and the importance in history of you guys, because there was always the big four, but there's way more. There's a huge wave in Europe too that people don't talk much about, but Venom, Destruction, they're amazing.
Sodom, Creator, I agree. I don't agree with the big four. I call it the big one and the other three, because we all know that Metallica is 8 times bigger than any one of the other bands that are considered up there. And that's no disrespect to them. I love Anthrax, I love Megadeth, and I love Slayer, but they can't put the people in arenas or stadiums like fucking Metallica does. You know what I mean? Think about it.
It's true. Black Sabbath, Metallica, they're one of the biggest band of all time, and it's another level.
Yes, it's a whole other level, exactly.
Man, Steve, thank you so much. I appreciate that you took time. It's a huge honor.
You're welcome. This is a lot of fun.
And
I'll go back. I'll be up there, man. I'd love to come up there and hang out. I'd love to come up there during hockey season and have a night off and go to a fucking game. That'd be great. Yeah,
see the Montreal Canadian, but I'm a Nordics. I was born and raised to hate Montreal Canadian.
Yeah, but remember the Nordiques turned into the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, we lost our team, so it's a big laugh on us now because we're still talking about that, and they're like, yeah, Canadian losing, but we fucking have a team. You don't.
I know, isn't that terrible? I know, because I'm a Raider fan from Oakland, and they just moved to Las Vegas, so I just lost my football team. I know what that feels like.
Yeah, I know how it felt, totally.
Terrible.
Yeah, but that's sports. It's not money. It's not. It's
money.
Yeah, it's all about money. Back in the days, it was all about the players and everything. And in Quebec, you had people from Quebec, and in Montreal, it was people from Montreal and Boston too. And that was the rivalry, But now it's people from Europe and everything, and they're paying way too much.
Yes, they are. You're right.
And Steve, the thing is, you guys are therapists. When I go see Exodus live, it's a therapy, and you don't have the salary of therapists. It's not working. It's a crazy society.
It's a good way to relieve. It's a relief. Definitely a good way to relieve.
Before we leave, Steve, we're celebrating our 13th anniversary as a radio show. Do you mind doing us a really simple ID, just saying, "Hi, this is an happy 13th anniversary." That's it.
Yeah, you got it. What's up, everyone? This is Steve Zetro, Sousa from Exodus, and happy 13th anniversary.
Thank you so much, Steve. You're very generous of your time. I appreciate it. When you come to Quebec, whatever you want to drink, whatever you want to do, if you want to go see a hockey game, let's go. I'm going to be there and shake your hands.
Nice. You got it, my friend. Well, you got it. I'll take you up on that.
Thank you so much, brothers, and have fun with the new records. Again, congratulations, and say hi to everyone in the band.
Yes, I will. Have a great weekend, my friend. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye. Thanks.